So Barry Hearn has come out swinging. And for those of you who are not familiar with Barry Hearn, the father of Eddie, he is even more brash, even more outspoken, and given to making even more outlandish statements than his son Eddie is. Eddie is pretty conservative with the way he communicates compared to his dad Barry. Believe it or not, it's normally the opposite, isn't it? It's normally the father, the senior citizen, who's a bit more conservative with their language. But no, Barry is far more colorful with the stuff that he says. And I think even Eddie himself said that Barry trumps him when it comes to hype talk. And he really does. I can definitely attest to that. Barry Hearn might be the king of hype talk. Anyway, Bazza has come out and said AJ's first choice is Wilder because when you're collecting belts, which he is, he wants to be the unified champ. He'd love to fight Fury as well, but for now, I think Wilder is the one he wants. There's 3 or 4 options at the minute for us. Sooner or later, fight fans are going to get everything they want, but we won't be doing any silly deals, that's for sure. There's a lot of talk about this business is about money at the end of the day. It's not totally out of the window, Joshua and Fury, but look, they didn't sell out the Staples Center and the numbers were relatively low in regards to pay-per-view. If they did a rematch, of course, it would be much bigger and the prospect increases of them fighting AJ. When they get to the promised land, the land of milk and honey, that's when they fight Anthony Joshua. So both of them need to stop kidding themselves. We'd love to fight against either of them. It would be great for the fans. AJ wants to be fighting the best, but not on silly terms. At the end of AJ is the best heavyweight in the world and commercially head and shoulders above the rest. I heard Darren Goff talking about lineal champions on the radio yesterday. I have no idea what that is though. I think it's some kind of fantasy title we've made up, like I'm the king of the street or whatnot. The main thing is that the titles are with Joshua and Deontay Wilder. We call the shots at the end of the day. We have AJ. I'm sorry, but if you go to work and you're not happy with your wages, you'll probably change your job and look for a better deal. Being the size of the company we are and having the assets Anthony Joshua has, and we have collectively, it means we don't do silly deals. We don't listen to people who say, you've got to do this. We haven't got to do anything. I have to wake up in the morning and I have to stay up until I go to bed at night. They are the only 2 things I have to do. So those are the words of Bazza, Barry Hearn, as bullish as usual. I personally think that it's not looking good for an undisputed fight anytime soon. And at this point, I mean, look, Bazza is not the head of Matchroom Boxing. That's Eddie Hearn. And Eddie and Barry have both said that Eddie has made certain decisions which Barry advised him not to make. Because Eddie is his own man. He takes advice here and there. He'll listen to what his dad says, but ultimately he's the one that calls the shots. Ostensibly, that is the case. None of us can ever know what goes on behind the scenes, but ostensibly that's what the situation is. Be that as it may, I think that the way it looks at the moment, both sides are going to be increasingly stubborn, unfortunately. That's the way it looks at the moment. Because Wilder and Fury have found in each other the perfect dance partner to raise their collective and individual market value. You see, they can start potentially doing pay-per-views without each other if they build their rivalry up to the point that it is a national talking point in the United States or in the United Kingdom. So they're definitely in a far better position now, Wilder and Fury. And this is why, despite the controversies surrounding the decision, this is why Tyson Fury was so happy after the fight, because he realized that the spotlight is now on him in the heavyweight division. Yeah, he might not have made Joshua money yet. He might not be quite on the level of Joshua yet, but he's taken a definite step in the right direction. And Deontay Wilder has also taken a step in the right direction. Again, that's why there was so much love in the ring between them after the fight. They were thanking each other for participating in upping their collective and individual market value. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. And because of the fact that both of them are worth more now, they're going to negotiate even harder with AJ than they were before. So if you thought negotiations were difficult before between Wilder and Joshua, I have to imagine they're going to be even more difficult now. Even more difficult. You're going to get even more stubbornness on the Wilder side and probably even more stubbornness on the Joshua side. And it is the Joshua side who are going to have to give in a little bit now. Now, they have been giving it in some in the lead up to Wilder Fury because they improved their offer to Deontay Wilder a couple of times. But they're going to have to give in even more. And we'll have to wait and see how far Wilder and Fury push this, how far they try and, well, they can't freeze Joshua out because he's got 3 of the belts and he's selling out stadiums and stuff like that. But we'll see how far they can push their own brand before the public get a little tired of it and say, okay, we want one of you guys to fight AJ now. It's a little tiring with you guys just fighting over this one belt and calling each other out and taking on the likes of Dominic Brazil, who is Deontay Wilder's mandatory, by the way. We want to see one of you guys fight AJ for the other 3 belts. How long will it be before the public, maybe in America and in the UK, start demanding that? We'll see. But for now, I think these two, rather than look at AJ and say we need to go over there, that's the only place we can make serious money, they're going to look to try and build their own individual and collective market value without AJ involved for the time being. So, yeah, it's not looking good for those of us who want this undisputed unification, but we're still going to get some good fights. I mean, a rematch between Wilder and Fury is still a good fight. And there are probably other fights out there for Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury against some of the contenders, which would also be good fights. So all is not lost, but the ultimate prize that we all, or most of us, want, we're probably going to have to wait a little bit longer than we want for it. So let me know how you guys feel in the comment section below. It's happening, I'm out. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.